All right, welcome back to Bye Guys Crypto Show, where mania rules, caution rules. We play the fools for your viewing pleasure. I am Raff.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Stu.
I'm Moose.
And we are here to talk crypto, baby, all day, every day, without delay. It's the American way. This episode's going to slay because crypto is here to stay. Yeah, that's what the Bye Guys do. Remember, this show is 10% buy, 10% V, 30% freaking, 50% dip. BTFD. Yeah, that's what we're all about. And it is dipping times. Let's take a look at the markets. Wow. Why am I so excited? Because season 2, episode 2 brings with it the return of the bear momentum, just like around episode 2 of season 1. We knew this was going to happen. I was shorting the markets all day long. I wish, right? No, of course not. Bottom line is just buckle up. It's going to be a great ride. Even if it's a little bumpy, we're going to make it through. Keep the faith. All right, Noah, talk to us about these markets. Yikes.
Well, I mean, look, this is familiar territory for this show. Seems like we start and the market dips. I hear a strong correlation. The analysts are starting to make the connection. I don't know what it is, but
my right technical analysis, baby. Technical analysis is all over this, dude. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, it was down to 46, 47, and now let's see where are we at here. You look at market cap. Bitcoin is now up 3%.
Well, it's over 50.
So
it's over 50.
It's over 50. Finally got back up. We're at 4,300 with Ethereum. Big movers for the day, if you're curious. Let's see what we got going on here. A couple common names. We got Polygon. We've got Avalanche, Crypto Coin, Phantom, and I think we saw Bat Token. I feel like you guys have a couple of Bat Token in the portfolio. So market cap. Overall, we're at about 2.3 trillion. And let me see if I zoom all the way over here. Let's take a look at this. So right here, this little bump is today. But over the last week, it's been down, week and a half, it's been down. We were as high as 2.6. What was that? 12.1 beginning of December. And almost 3 trillion. I think we maybe even touched it in middle of November. So it's been a wild ride. It's been up and down. We thought this bull run would be extending and we would be continuing to moon through December, but a little bit of market FUD, some China FUD. I think we've got Omicron variant, Fed potentially raising interest rates, which moves people away from riskier investments. And I'm sure Mike knows a little bit more about that than anybody, but that's kind of the state of affairs right now, but fortunate to see we're bouncing back from a low this morning. So you guys have anything to say on that?
I thought it was all attached to Oregon's head coach, Mario Cristobal, leaving from Miami University, and that drove the market, but apparently not. Apparently there are some other factors at play there.
Very sorry to hear that, Stu.
No, you're not.
Well, at least he's going to Miami. I mean, that's the crypto capital of the universe. You know, maybe they don't like him down there, but I don't know. What's the take? Are you looking at the Hurricanes as a sort of odds-on favorite in the next couple of years? Is he going to start that program fired up again? Get the U back into.
Not even. All
right, it's not a football show; it's a crypto show.
That's right. That's right.
All right, enough of me. Let's talk about some news we can use, though. That's where I think we need to turn our attention.
Well, I'll jump to one article, and it's actually going to relate to something we'll discuss later on, but I thought this was kind of interesting. I don't even know if you guys heard about this, but crypto.com has been all over the place with Matt Damon doing some pretty neat ads and some high profile endorsements. Well, this one I just learned about, and I think I'm late to the game on this news story, but I think it's a great example of where cryptocurrency, digital assets are becoming not only an everyday household name, but are buying arena rights now. So Staples Center, historic venue in LA, is now going to be changed to crypto.com arena. So the naming rights for that arena are changing. So I don't know how big of news that is. It's more entertainment news than anything, but I think it's just another data point on, crypto is a legitimate investment asset class, even though it's crazy risky and volatile. It's big enough that they're buying stadium rights. And I think the amount was $70 or $700 million or some crazy number. Should probably have done the research before we jumped in here, but big number.
They better just be cautious not to abbreviate and just go with the crypt, or anything of that nature out in LA. That could maybe not end well with a little crypt blood, a lot of gang activity. Right. So let's just make sure they don't abbreviate out there.
Yep.
I'm personally expecting the Bad Bromados to take over Heinz Field pretty soon. So when that happens, we'll know things have truly arrived in the world of mainstream crypto.
I hope so. I still have 2 of those bad boys.
Raff, I like where you're going with that. I think that's news we can use right there.
Those are good rumors to start. Like Heinz, Bad Bromados, it makes too much sense not to have an alliance.
That was a legitimate rumor in their Discord. I think we did read that somewhere.
It's a legitimate rumor. It's a legitimate. I like it. It sounds too good. Well, thank you. All right, so as always, we appreciate that little nugget. Crypto's going mainstream, and that's just inevitable. Wow, we got a news. I mean, now we got to turn our attention to what I think is going to become quickly a fan favorite. Let's talk some NFTs. Salute Chris Farley, everyone's favorite. So who wants to lead off? We're going to go around the horn here, maybe 1 to 2 minutes each. A little bit of an update on our latest, greatest thoughts on non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'll lead off because we just had the reveal the other day. So humans of the metaverse. We're going to take a look at it, and essentially, as Jeff pulls that up, it's a collection of 6,500 unique, randomly generated humans, of which I think our collective group here, the Buy Guys, we have 7 of them. But essentially, I mean, these folks are going to be able to live, work, interact in a community with the ultimate goal of building a meta city. And so it's very exciting. I know that, for example, I have, I think, a magician and a taxi driver. I hope my magician doesn't suck at his craft. Maybe he's the David Blaine of magicians there in the meta city and can make a little bit of a living. But and my taxi driver, she's attractive. She's a good-looking gal. Maybe she'll be driving him to and fro the shows. But again, very exciting actually, and I've seen an increased kind of buzz about this out in the Twitter sphere and the like. So again, feel free to pop in there because I know again, like most of these projects, we all kind of have a vested interest. But exciting times, and the reveal was fun to kind of look at our new cast of characters. But yeah, feel free to pop in there.
Humans
Interesting project.
The metaverse, very fascinating. Just getting started. I think that what makes that unique is like the potential to breed and mate the characters, and then you have a bit of a yield in a HOTM token. Is that what it's called? I don't know all the details. I think you were telling us about this earlier, Jeff. It sounds pretty promising. Yeah,
and I think if my magician and my taxi driver to that mating point, I mean, that might just be how they have to make rent. They have to shack up together or something just to pay the rent in this new meta city. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Hey, Stu. Isn't there talk that also you have these characters in this metaverse, and somehow they can generate income for you while they're in the metaverse? Is that accurate?
Yeah, and actually, I hate to put anybody on the spot, but I think Jeff has probably drilled down into this a bit more than I have. But yeah, you're absolutely spot on. And Jeff, again, not my nature to call folks out, but yeah, if you want to speak to it for a few seconds. Yeah.
No, I just listened to it was a Spotify Q&A with some of the founders of the project tonight, and I skimmed through it. I didn't have time to go through the whole thing, but they talked about jobs being a critical part of earning potential within this within the game and in the space. There's also going to be businesses generated and land sales, and it's going to be a whole independent and unique metaverse economy. So I think that's pretty neat, and there will be an ability for somebody who owns one of these to actually get in and not get pushed around necessarily by whales. It'll give you incentive to join with one NFT and grow from there, and you can have just as much fun within that particular metaverse as somebody who owns 20. You just may not be able to buy quite as much, but you can interact the same way. So I think they've done a good job so far in what I know about the project and thinking through how to keep people and retain them through the launch of this game, for the long term. So that's what kind of gets me excited about it.
Good stuff. I mean, I think we'll have to
Yeah.
continue to advance this conversation in future episodes for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, kick it up.
All right.
Who's next?
So I'm going to go real quick. New platform that I think we relate to the game. And it was funny when I had first learned about NFTs from, I think it was Raff and Stu, early August. I said, I'll be interested when Disney gets in. And when it does, that's when I want to start jumping in. I'm not a huge Disney fan, but anything that they touch is forever valuable and collected. So I don't know how I missed it, but Veve, this NFT platform, launched, has rights to all of these brands that everybody knows, huge brands like Marvel, comics. You've got movies, 007, Ghostbusters, but then they also have the first NFT launch for Disney. They launched these golden moments, Elsa and Mickey Mouse, and kind of crazy because people who collect Disney stuff are not crazy, but they're just fanatical about it. So all of these things have sold out. It's right now it's kind of a weird system where you put your money in, you turn it to jewels, and you have to buy things using jewels. It's strange, and you can't off ramp your earnings or what you sell, but they're working on that. They're supposed to have it by the end of the year where you can withdraw earnings. And there are NFTs on there. One of the Elsa and Mickey Mouse NFTs, the golden moments, are worth $15,000-$20,000, and there's 300 of them. So it's a pretty cool space. There are drops almost every day, and they're pretty limited in quantity, and they're all like historic Marvel comics. So if you're into comics, if you're into Disney, if you're into collectibles around these brands, this is definitely the place to be. And I'm going to learn more about it. And it's super affordable. Entry point on a lot of these comics is $6.99. I bought one 2 days ago. I think Stu did as well. Bought it for $6.99. It's now worth, the floor is $23 or $24. So not bad.
Paul?
All right. So that's Veve. Check it out. I'm going to kick it over to Moose for some crypto barista action.
All right. This is a little bit of a shift of a gear compared with the first two, because unlike the humans, the metaverse, or like BD comics, where those drops come in and they drop, and there's, say there's 6,500 all at one time, or there's in some cases 20,000 all at one time, like some of the comics. This crypto barista has a completely different approach to things. Their drop is exceptionally limited. In fact, they're in their first season, if you will, of drops of characters, and their maximum drop of number of characters is only 60. And they're doing it slow over time as opposed to just one gigantic drop. So ultimately, crypto baristas it's coffee related. So this is a coffee related NFT. Two guys out of New York City, and their ultimate goal is like they envision this NFT community concept with coffee. And like many of the other projects out there, none of them are fully to maturation point yet. They're all in development, all of them, even the Disney stuff. So this one's no different. So what they're doing, they're building these characters and building this brand to ultimately have this goal of this coffee NFT loving community. So it's blending, it's not just art for art's sake. So what Jeff's going through now on the screen there are a lot of the different characters that they drop down. So each one of these characters has different rarity levels too as they do it. So, but either way, it brings you into the community. Ultimately, they're going to have, their goal is to open up some type of NFT funded cafe. Most likely the first one will be in New York City. Again, they've got goals to have pop-up cafes and other various locations too. All these projects, especially the Crypto Baristas one, exceptionally active on Discord. They've got a very, very active Discord channel. And I think something else that makes this one unique is the actual owners and the creators of this project are very active themselves and engage directly with the folks on Discord. So we've been following this one for a little while. I know Stu and Raff are what do you call yourselves? Your OGs in the crypto barista land, Stu, Raff?
Founding baristas. And Jeff, can
Excuse
you
me.
go back to one screen there? If you can, that's actually Rob's Tony there. He was the very first one. But if you could click on Buzz, Before we turn it over to Rob for his conversation on NFTs, why don't we just go ahead
my
and commit
goodness.
now to that bid down there for $73,973. Why don't we just as a buy guys group just go ahead and say, yeah, we'll bid on that tonight. But Rob's not going to talk about it, but he produced a fantastic video of his process where he was pretty close to getting this guy on the screen. So we might have to drop that in there somehow to where folks can watch that. But anyway, yeah, fantastic job, Moose, and very well articulated tonight.
Certainly a fun project, and we're fans. I know we follow it daily, and we're excited to see where that one turns out too.
I got to get in on this one. This is one I feel left out on. So I'm being, and I love coffee, so it makes sense. I just need to ape into this thing.
We're getting you. You're close.
Stay tuned. I believe there'll be a fourth barista from the Bye Guys soon enough. We'll find out. I think it's now my turn to wrap it up here. And I'm going to talk about something a little wild that happened this past weekend. I went out with my wife to a nice little date night activity. Some of you may have heard of a place. I'm sure it exists in other cities across the country. Here in Northern Virginia, it's called Muse Paint Bar. And it's a novelty. You go and you have a blank canvas and you have an artist, a painter, who walks you through painting of the day. And it's always different. And they supply you with the brushes and the paint. They play some music. They give you some wine. It's a fun, it's about 2 to 3 hours all in. It's a nice way to spend a Saturday night. And so, they walk you through the different brush strokes. You have a good time. And here's the physical object that I painted.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's, it's no Picasso, but it's
Damn close.
Anyway, I call it Trees and Breeze. I don't know where that came from, honestly. But the point is, these are supposed
I know where the trees came from.
They do look like trees, and this is a water, and there's some snow. I don't know. The bottom line is, there were about 20 or so folks in the class, and we all had different versions of this. And of course, I had a couple IPAs. I'm not as much of a wine guy as an IPA guy, and I had some Lagunitas in my system, and I was getting going on it. And we walked there. It's really close to our home here in Arlington, Virginia. It's a nice little walk home. I started, my mind, man, the gears were just spinning. I said, hey, I could take a picture of this, a high resolution shot, and turn it into an NFT. And I've always been wanting to dip my toe in that space. Really, I find, ever since I saw a first video of an artist team, Espo Visuals, that do a lot of kind of onboarding videos. How do you mint an NFT on SolSea? How do you go through that process? How do you open a phantom wallet and stock it up with Sol so you can mint an NFT on SolSea, which is the market for Solana-based, the Solana chain NFTs. And so I watched some of her videos. I got inspired. I had some Lagunitas, and I was just feeling the craze. And I documented this entire situation. You go Rob Rafferty at Rob Rafferty on TikTok or Twitter. I'll drop it in the comments. You can go check out the story. It was a saga from the physical world to when I got home and I had to, a wild hair, man. I had to figure it out. So I hopped on, I documented the process. I mean, I was a couple deep at that point, so I'm not going to say it was the most elegant situation, but it happened. And here it is. My very first, there's the Twitter account. And this is the image. It's this physical picture is now a high resolution image. It's an NFT, one of one. I don't mint masses. I mint just one of a kind artwork, and it's 101 Sol. That's a good number. Don't ask me.
Here's the deal. It's a deal.
What a great entry point.
What a great point of entry. Anybody could hop in. And here's the fun part too. Again, you go in there, you write the description of the project. And then I made sure to put in a 10% residual for life. In the event that someday someone buys this thing and they resell it, I'll be able to, as the original artist, to accrue 10% of that resale value. So that's a neat, interesting, way to think about an artist's career. Someone like me, if you want to get it on this very first NFT of this beautiful painting, have at it. Here's the interesting thing too. I didn't get into it too much in the description, but I was thinking if someone bought the digital asset, maybe I'd mail them this asset, or maybe I'd throw this in a fire. and then it only exists on the Solana NFT chain. A lot of different ways you could think about integrating these platforms. I had a lot of fun. Probably just a little too much to drink. And I started tweeting at Muse Paint Bar. I started tweeting at Sydney Espo of Espo Visuals. And she was really excited too, because she's an artist. She's a real tried and true legit artist, not just me out having fun. And I really do think there's something promising here. I tagged Solana, I tagged Muse Paint Bar, I tagged Sydney Espo. I was like, hey, you guys should come up with some type of arrangement where anybody that goes to that the Muse Paint Bar gets a free NFT. I mean, it's so cheap on Solana. You mint this stuff for fractions of pennies. And that's that ideas just started to explode. You want to onboard new people into this space. You want to bring in the masses. You give them an excuse. You basically say, hey, here's a video, a walkthrough tutorial from Sydney Espo. She's a, an official affiliate of Muse Paint Bar. I'm making this up now, but you can see where this is going, right? She shares some Muse Paint Bar specific videos, helping people open a Phantom wallet, get onboarded, mint your NFT or get access to it. Maybe we could even mint them for the people. All you got to do is go in there and claim it, pay fractions of a penny, get a small aside payment. Maybe it's included in the price of admission. Maybe it's a special class. Who knows, guys? I just think the future is very exciting in this space. And there seems like a lot of mutual benefit here, because if SolSea onboards, hundreds or thousands of new people to this space, they're going to be unlikely. Some percentage of those folks are going to poke around on SolSea's main art page and going to be impressed. Maybe they'll buy some other stuff. SolSea benefits from that. I just think it's an interesting idea to bridge the physical and the digital worlds. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's up there for the very reasonable price of 101 Solana. So I'm looking forward to someone investing and supporting my art. And if someone ever bought that, oh man, that would make my day.
Congrats on the launch, buddy.
Yeah, big time.
So thank you. And I encourage everyone to check it out. Check out Espo Visuals if you want to learn more about NFTs, see her artwork. She's got some really great stuff as well. But yeah, this is a growing space. It's very exciting. So that's it. Now
we all own some of her work.
Yeah, we all own some of her work as well. Yeah, so we're all big supporters. All right, so let's wrap it up. Everyone's favorite closing section. It is the running of the Moonbulls.
Here we go.
I'm curious about where things stand, frankly, because I want to believe that maybe for a brief moment in time, Theta was pumping, but I don't know exactly. I haven't looked at the charts lately. Where are we at? Oh, what the heck happened, man? Moose. Wow. The newcomer, first place, only down 14%. Noah 20, Stu 22, neck and neck. Raff picking up the rear. I think like within 3 or 4 days of our last episode, I was number one, but how the worm has turned. Theta, come on.
Feels eerily similar to last year. I think, this is setting up nicely, just like last year.
Well, we're going to see where it goes. If it is like last year, we're due for about 8 more weeks of bear market. So here's the good news, guys. If you go back and watch our old episodes from June, July, the prices we're getting stuff at is a discount back then, relative to today's dip. So to me, consistent with the title of our show, buy, guys. That's what we do. We buy all the time. So who wants to go first and talk about the $25 purchase?
First place should start. We'll go in order.
Yeah, just go down the line.
All right.
It's so sad that minus 14% is the top getter. That's crazy to me, Raff. It's crazy. All right. So Raff, you inspired me a bit in your explanation of your NFT process, everything. So this next week, I'm going to go 25 in Solana. I'm going 25 in Solana. I own some Solana already, and I like where the price point is at this week. It's gone down to a point where I feel like I would have bought it anyway. So I'm gonna dip an extra 25 in the Solana this week, mainly Raff, because of your presentation. You inspired me.
Once the market catches wind of trees and breeze, one of one, that's going to just, I need to start. Actually, I shouldn't have a fixed price point on that. I should have an auction. That'll really juice the markets. But maybe I won't do it now because I don't want you to win the contest. All right, that's good. A good pick. Sol, $25, and at under $200 a token right now. That's a really good bargain, I think. All right, go for it, Noah. What's up? What are you looking at?
All right, we're gonna switch gears. I had 2 coin in mind this week. I was looking at Avalanche. I think somebody else on the line here was also eyeing Avalanche for a week 2 pick. But my theme for the pick this week is marketing matters. Marketing matters. Why does marketing matter? You have Matt Damon. You have buying stadiums. You have a fraction of the population that is actually buying and investing in crypto. And the first place they're going to go, among the first places they're going to go to learn, is crypto.com. And the native coin for crypto.com is CRO. So that's my pick this week. I actually bought it this morning. I think I bought it at 53 cents. It's now 64, 62, 63 cents. So feeling good about it. I've actually had my eye on crypto.com for a long time to diversify into like the exchange world, you know, having some tokens there. We've got some Metaverse stuff, got some smart contract platforms. And I think it's smart to get in on the crypto.com because if this class grows, that's going to be one of the first places you see it.
Well thought out. That's a good pick, Jeff.
Yep.
Smart.
Yeah, Jeff, he's dropping themes. And so my theme for the night is old school. And hence the homage to the Wesleyan hat, all 4 of us, proud alum. And I'm going to go back to season 1 and well beyond that when I first got introduced into crypto. And again, I'll use the expression, I made my bones with XRP, and that's where I'm going to go tonight. I did almost snag some more Gala, but at 78 cents, XRP was too tempting, not to take. Kind of like dialing up that last pitcher of beer right before last call. So I had to take it. And I'm going to go XRP for the win tonight. Just the right thing to do.
Well,
I'm a private first class in the XRP army. I'm right there with you on the front lines, charging into battle against the SEC, praying for victory. And the moment that happens, you're going to win. But I don't know if the decision might not happen until later in the spring. We're going to find out, but that's a great pick. I'm with you in spirit, just not for the next 10 weeks or so. So it's up to me now, right? What's new? Raff's always sort of picking up the rear here. Bottom line is, I want to show you what I had written down, my little show notes here, which I scribbled together. I probably can't put this in the right place. You probably can't see that. It says sold. I wanted to get to sold. Moose, come on, man. So the problem is if I get this, here's a strategic issue, then I'm just going to be keeping pace with Moose. And look I got a lot of ground to make up, so I can't go for Sol, even though that was my original pick, because I do think it's going to go a lot higher. It's on a good discount right now, not financial advice.
you want to swap? You want to swap? You want to take Sol?
No,
I'll
I'm
switch.
good. I'm good. Actually,
I'll switch you.
This leads
I
me
got
to
another one.
This leads me to a new strategy, though. This is my exciting revelation, which I'm happy to share with all of you. And I bring a lot of street cred as the last place finisher of the first contest. So hear me out. Theta is too good to be that low. And I'm thinking 30% dip. That's huge. It was already low and it pumped up a little, then it went down. So I'm thinking this is a great time to get in more. And also, one of the lessons I learned from last season was, sometimes I spread a little too thin, and if you just got to pick a winner, I mean, look at Stu, man. He showed us the path. He was on the AMP train for about 7 weeks. So if you pick the right one, you can win. This thing could be wrapped up in a few weeks. I'm not going to tip my hand too much. I'm not saying I'm going to go bananas for Theta week after week after week, or maybe I will. But if you pick the right one and you're all in on it, you can crush and make the last couple of weeks of this as boring as it was last time. So anyway, that's a long wind up. I'm getting some Theta, $25 worth as soon as we get off the call.
Double down. You got to double down.
Doubling down. And it's down 30%. That's even more exciting to me. Buy the dip, baby. Buy, guys, buy. So that's looking good. I'm excited about the way this is shaping up. Moose, the most reason to join the Buy Guys squad, and he's already flexing. It's pretty exciting. We're having a great time. Thanks for joining us for episode 2. We cannot wait to keep this train rolling. We'll see you next week. Remember, you know, it's like lotto, you got to play to win, but in crypto, you got to buy to fly to the moon, baby. See you next time.